Hi, college. Okay, today we're going to be doing oral skills ear training, dealing with perfect primes, perfect octaves, perfect fourths, and perfect fifths. Let's look at the directions. Listen to the interval and choose the response you hear. For each of the 10 questions, there are 4 choices, A, B, C, D. You'll hear each question played twice. Remember that we are only dealing with perfect intervals. Let's begin with number 1. Question 2. Question 3. Question 4. Question 5. Question 6. Question 7. Question 8. Question 9. Question 10. Let's move on to the next part and read the directions for the following 9 questions. Directions. Pitch patterns of 5 notes will be played. The first note in each pitch pattern is given. Draw the remaining pitches you hear using whole notes. Include accidentals where necessary. These pitch patterns consist of major and minor seconds, major and minor thirds, perfect primes, perfect unisons, perfect fourths, and perfect fifths. Let's begin. Question 1. Here is the pitch pattern. Question 2. Question 3. Question 4. Question 5. Question 6. Question 7. Question 8. And question 9. Okay, college, let's go over our answers and see how you did. So, heading back to part 1, let's look at number 1. The correct answer was B. We heard a perfect fourth descending. You did not have to write the specific interval for each one, but I did to show you what they are. You should do that in your head. You should also look at the clef, very important. And let me play all 4 examples in question 1. Here's 1A. We have a perfect fifth ascending, which sounds like do, sol. Here is the correct answer. This is a perfect fourth descending, which sounds like do, sol in the opposite direction. One C was a perfect prime. And 1D was a perfect octave ascending. So solfege for all 4 measures in number 1 would be do, sol, do, sol, do, 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 do. Let's listen to all 4 without stopping. Hopefully you ruled out C. Obviously there were 2 different pitches sounding. And this one was the only one that was descending for number 1. For number 2, we're in bass clef. The correct answer is D. We heard a perfect fifth ascending. Perfect fifths ascending sound as do, sol. Let's listen to the correct response. This is 2D. That sounds like it's the first scale degree going up to the 5th scale degree, tonic to dominant. If you chose 2B, you're close because it was an ascending interval, but it was not a perfect octave. A perfect octave would sound as follows. The start of a scale and then the top of the scale. 2A was a perfect fourth descending. Hopefully you heard do, sol. Let me play all 4 in a row without stopping for number 2. Number 3, we're dealing with alto clef, and we heard a perfect prime. It was the same exact pitch. So 3D is the correct answer, which is as follows. 3A is a perfect fourth descending, sounding as do, sol. 3B was a perfect octave descending, high do to low do, or scale degree 8 to scale degree 1. 3C was a perfect fifth ascending, which sounds as do, sol, going up. Let's listen to all 4 examples for number 3 without stopping. Think of the solfege. Do, down to sol, do, down to low do, up to sol, and then staying on do. Let's listen. Number 4, there was only one choice, that had a descending interval, and that was the correct answer. It was 4D. 4A was a perfect prime. 4B was a perfect fifth ascending, do sol. 4C was a perfect octave ascending. And 4D, the correct response, was a perfect fourth descending, do down to sol. I'd like to listen to all four of these without stopping. Here's number 4. Number 5, we're traveling down to bass clef, and 5A is our correct response with a perfect octave ascending. We heard scale degree 1 all the way up to scale degree 8. Let's listen. 5B is a perfect prime. Hopefully you heard the difference between the octave jump and the perfect prime. Let's listen to 5A and B. 5C was a perfect fourth descending. That's do sol. And 5D is a perfect fifth ascending, which is do sol. Let's listen to all four in a row without stopping for number 5. For number 6, choice A is the correct response. We heard do up to sol, indicating that it was a perfect fifth ascending. Let's listen to 6A. 6B is the octave leap up with a perfect eighth. 6C is a perfect prime, staying on scale degree 1, do do. 6D is a perfect fourth descending, sounding as do down to sol. Let's listen to all four without stopping for number 6. For number 7, the correct response was B. We're in treble clef, and it was a perfect fourth descending. Let's go back to 7A, where we have the perfect fifth descending. Listen carefully. Perfect fifth descending can be sounded like sol to do. Let's listen again to the perfect fifth descending. Here is 7B, the correct response. This was a perfect fourth descending. Let's listen to 7A and 7B back to back. The perfect fifth descending and the perfect fourth descending. Here they are. As you listen again, I want you to keep the solfege in mind. For the perfect fifth descending, it may sound as sol do, and for the perfect fourth descending, it will sound as do sol. 7C was a perfect fourth ascending. Let's listen. That would sound like sol do, or some people hear the perfect fourth ascending as do fa. Listen again to 7C. And 7D is the perfect fifth ascending, which is do to sol. Let's listen to all four of number 7 without stopping. Here we are. Perfect fifth descending. Perfect fourth descending. This one was a bit tricky. The perfect fifth and the perfect fourth descending are a little bit difficult, but if you remember that perfect fifths ascending sound like do sol, then perfect fifths descending sound like sol do. For perfect fourths ascending, they sound like sol do, and for perfect fourths descending, they sound like do sol. Let's move on to number 8, bass clef. The correct response was a perfect fifth ascending, which is choice B. In 8A, we have a perfect fourth descending, so that would sound as do to sol, as follows. 8B is our answer, perfect fifth ascending, do to sol. If you chose C, you're not far off because it was an ascending interval, but it was not a perfect octave. Let's listen to 8C. And 8D is the perfect prime. If I were to sing all four measures of number 8 without stopping using solfege syllables, I would sing do, sol, do, up to sol, do, up to high do, and then do twice. Let's listen to all four measures of number 8 without stopping. For number 9, we are in alto clef. Our starting note for all four measures is an F. The correct response is D. It was a perfect fourth ascending. Let's examine 9A. It is a perfect fifth descending, therefore it would sound like sol down to do. Let's listen to 9A. See if you hear sol to do. And that's our perfect fifth descending. For 9B, we have a perfect fourth descending. Let's listen to that. That would sound like do to sol. Let's listen to 9A and B back to back, beginning with our perfect fifth descending and then our perfect fourth descending. Sol do, do sol. 9C would sound do up to sol, a perfect fifth ascending. And 9D was our correct response, a perfect fourth ascending, sol do. Let's listen to all four for number 9 without stopping. For number 10, we're in treble clef. Our starting note is C sharp, and the correct response was C, a perfect fifth descending. Let's examine 10A first. We have a perfect fourth descending. Again, a perfect fourth descending will sound as do down to sol. Let's listen. For 10B, we have a perfect fifth ascending, sounding do to sol. 10C, our correct response, is a perfect fifth descending. Perfect fifths descending sound like sol down to do. For 10D, we have a perfect fourth ascending, sounding as sol up to do. Let's listen to all four in a row without stopping for number 10. Here we are. Let's move down to the pitch patterns. The first one is in treble clef. Starting note given, B flat. Hopefully your ear told you that we started and ended on the same note. And our very first interval we hear opens up with a perfect fifth ascending, do to sol. Going up a major second, down a major second, leaping back down to do. Perfect fifth descending. If I were to sing this on solfege, the solfege would be do, sol, la, sol, do. See if you can hear do, sol, la, sol, do. For number 2, we're in bass clef. Our starting note is a C, and our very first interval is a leap up, perfect fourth. Minor second down, major second down, major second down. For this one, you probably didn't have to really even think of the intervals so much as just listen for a scalar pattern, because what we have clearly sounds like do, fa, mi, re, do. It walks back down to tonic. Let's listen to number 2. Here's the pitch pattern. Just like in number 1, we started and ended on the same note, the C. For number 3, we're dealing with alto clef. Our starting note is an A. This one also ended on an A. In fact, this one had 3 A's in the pitch pattern altogether. We open with a perfect prime, following a perfect fifth ascending. Down a minor third, and down another minor third. Down a major third and then down a minor third, because we have A, E, C, A. Let's listen to this one. Hopefully you were able to hear the interval from the second note to the third note as a perfect fifth. To me, it sounds like do to sol. If I were to sing this entire passage on solfege, I would probably sing do, do, sol, me, do. Clearly it sounds minor to the ear. Let's listen to this pitch pattern. Here's our perfect fifth, major third, minor third. Again, listen. Hopefully you heard do, do, sol, me, do. The next one was harder. It did not start and end on the same note, technically, because it started on a D flat, scale degree 1, let's say, and ended on scale degree 8, an octave higher. So here's our starting note, and we travel down a perfect fourth. Let's listen. Right away I hear do, sol, perfect fourth. From there we travel up a major third, minor second, and a perfect octave jump. My ear tells me the solfege I want to sing for this would be do, sol, ti, do, high do. Do, sol, ti, do, do. Let's listen to it. For number 5, we're back in treble clef, starting note E4. And we open with a perfect fifth ascending, do to sol. From there, we travel up a perfect fourth to high do. Back down a perfect fourth. Back down a perfect fifth. This pitch pattern only uses 2 different note names, the E and the B, with one E being an octave higher. The solfege would sound like do, sol, high do, sol, low do. Let's listen. For number 6, we're in bass clef, starting note F. This one, like number 5, started and ended on the same note. We open up with the interval of a major third ascending. Hopefully you heard do, mi. That's a major third ascending. Down a major second. Down a perfect fifth. Up a perfect fourth. Perhaps at this point you're not even realizing just the intervals from note to note, but you're able to put all of these 5 notes in this pitch pattern in a solfege sequence and provide the solfege syllables inside your head, which would really help you. That's how I hear all of these. And I'm hearing this, number 6, as do, mi, re, sol, do. Listen to it. Do, mi, re, sol, do. If I feel like I want to use numbers because that's more comfortable, I would use scale degree 1, 3, 2, lower 5, 1. For number 7, our pitch pattern begins on an E flat, but ends on a C. Interesting. Treble clef. This one was a little tricky, but the first 3 notes, even the first 4 notes, were probably pretty easy for you. We have a repetition of the E flat as our 3rd note in this pitch pattern. Right away, as soon as I heard the first 3 notes, I'm hearing do, ti, do. I'm hearing tonic, leading tone tonic, which would happen to be a minor second down and a minor second back up. Let's listen. Hopefully you heard do, ti, do. Now, after we do do, ti, do, what we do now is go from the E flat up a major third to a G. And from the G to the C is our perfect 4th ascending. Let's listen to the entire pitch pattern. You could solfege this out as do, ti, do, mi, la. Another way to solfege this out, if you heard this more of in minor, let's say, it would be something like me, re, mi, sol, do. So that one was pretty tricky. I'd be curious to see how you guys did on number 7. Number 8, this is alto clef. Our starting note is A3, right here. This does not start and end on the same note. In fact, this one uses 5 different notes, so this one was also kind of tricky. So we begin with a perfect fourth ascending. That's right away I hear sol, do. After that, from the D to the F is a minor third. Down a half step, minor second. Down to the C, a major third. And the C was probably the trickiest note for everyone. Let's listen to this entire pitch pattern where we have a perfect fourth, minor third, minor second, major third. Check it out. And solfege on this one would be kind of tricky. It could be sol, do, mi, re, te, which was what makes it really, really tricky. Or perhaps you heard la, re, fa, mi, do. 5 different notes in that one. And for the last one, we do not start and end on the same note. We're starting on a G, 3, and it's a leap down. The interval is a perfect fifth, descending right away. That's sol down to do. Then it sounds like minor when we go to the E flat. That's a minor third, up to a major second, down to a minor third. I'm hearing sol, do, mi, fa, re. And I didn't write the note names on this one, but we can certainly do that now if we wanted to. Like so. Again, 5 different notes in this pitch pattern. If I took away that E flat, it would sound more major. Let me take away that E flat. Listen to this. The E flat really makes it sound minor. E flat, up to F, down to D. So hopefully you did okay with this pitch pattern in this ear training exercise. We'll be doing more of these. So thanks so much, college, and have a great day.